And boom, let's go.
Right, Kelly, start. Amy, Jamie, Alvis, Nico, Gail, and then I'll end off.
Okay, cool, guys. My one is short and sweet today. Pretty simple, but I like it. So, the takeaway is that there's no good or bad experiences. And I take this generally. I mean, we all go through experiences daily in our personal life, in our work life, and we tend to weigh it up as good or bad depending on the consequences of that experiences and how it makes us feel. But there are no good or bad experiences per se, because everything happens for your good, right? And we also believe nothing happens to you, happens because of you. Yeah, learned that from Papa G, right? What you may call bad experiences usually offer lessons that enable you to move toward self-mastery. And I really like that word, self-mastery, because I mean, literally, it's unique to you. And if you think about it, there's no other person that could master you but you. And it's something that I think we all need to hone in and really work on our self-mastery. So therefore, celebrate all experiences. And just remember that most people have grown immensely from the so-called bad experiences. But yeah, I just want us to think about that, not really highlight any bad experiences or label it as that, because what the takeaway is teaching us is that any experience is for our own good, and it's going to help us hone in and build on that self-mastery that we're working on. And yeah, that's my takeaway.
Oh, awesome. So nothing happens to you. It happens because of you.
Yep, that's something Papa G taught us.
So we are to self-mastery.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is that this situation that we found ourselves in right now, is it happening because of us?
Well, this is a different experience, but you could look at it that way. It is. How else is it happening? Even a car accident happens because of us. It doesn't happen to us. We chose to be in that car. We chose to drive to that place. We chose to look down and not see maybe a car in front of us. Then we're in a car accident.
It was a brick and mortar
happens because of us.
Instead of an online business.
We're still alive as a team because we chose to go on.
Still alive. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Good point, though.
This is all part of growth. This is beautiful. I love what's happening.
Yep.
It's forcing us to come out of our shells, feel pressure, grow under pressure. It's like when I had my kids, 3 twins off the bat on my own, and I had to work, I had to study. There was no option of me wanting to rest or can I rest or even to my mom and my daddy. No, it was pressure. And the pressure forced me to get out of Virgin Active to build a program that can help more people, that can make more money for myself and the family. So pressure is good. So nothing happens to you, it happens because of you. So we in a period of self-mastery, and I love that. Thanks, Kelly.
Awesome.
So my takeaway today is from the book Greatness Guide by Robin Sharma.
Yo, Brandon!
Sorry for joining late.
Maybe.
You're like a ghost. You just appeared. Were you always there?
No, I just joined. I'm sorry.
Okay. like ghosting us here. Okay, Amy.
Okay, cool. My takeaway today is on the windows of opportunity. And in this chapter, Robin speaks about this one time where he was at this place and he was busy, obviously. And then all of a sudden he looked up and he saw this guy called Harvey Keitel. And this guy, Harvey Keitel, he's a big movie star. And he said, like, immediately when he saw Harvey, he shrank. And he didn't approach him. He didn't go up to him and approach him, even though he really wanted to. And he said he let it go, and he missed the chance to speak to this guy. Like, he missed the chance to connect with Harvey, even though deeply he really did want to speak to him. But at that moment, like, he was so shocked through seeing him that he just shrank. And he just goes on to saying each day life sends us new windows of opportunity, and it's our destiny to ultimately be defined by how we respond to these windows of opportunity. And we could either shrink from it, see an opportunity but shrink, freeze and not react, or we could approach it, we could go all in, we could make something of it and connect with that window of opportunity, and feel the fear to take on, even though we're scared to take on that window of opportunity. We could go in with it, with the fear that we have, and be surprised with the outcome, be surprised what it might bring us, or we could not react at all. So in short, that's my little takeaway. And life is so short, so we can't be playing little. Let's use every window of opportunity that we come across to develop and to reach our highest potential, and that is also part of self-mastery, I think, and what Kelly just mentioned. So just using all those little windows of opportunity and not to shrink and contract when we do approach it. That's what I took from this chapter.
You guys must buy your own books and invest in your own books and build your own libraries for your children. So you have your... Look at Brandon at the back there. Look at Brandon's library there at the back of him.
All of these are Bibles, by the way.
Hey! See, he's building his library of Bibles, guys. Build your own library of Bibles.
Okay, reading from the same book that I've been taking my takeaways from past few days. So I'm taking out two takeaways, but it combines together.
What did you want? Leader without a title before that?
What?
Leader without a title.
No, that book is already done. I already gave all my takeaways.
You finish it
long ago.
All done.
What life is this? Okay, so again, I have two takeaways, but it speaks to each other. So the first thing is expressing general interest in others, and the other one is seeing things from other person's point of view. So the first takeaway, it speaks about how this girl in this story showed general interest in her work, right? But how I put this to what we're doing is showing general interest in other people. So we can easily be like other gyms or other places that just want to sell memberships, make it grow, but not actually really care for people and care for that specific individual and their specific goals. But by us putting a general interest in others, they can see the value that we are providing them, and they will obviously still be with us. I mean, we have really good that's been with us for so long, because they can see the value that each one of us is putting in them and how much we actually genuinely care about them and about their well-being. And then the other takeaway is seeing things from other person's point of view. So before I take away my takeaway, I'll just go through how this part of the book started. So basically, Dale Carnegie, the guy who wrote this book, said that he was looking for a personal secretary. He put the post out and he got like 200 odd responses back, and it all started, it said there, with regarding to the position that you're offering, right? And then they started talking about themselves. Where this one stood out to him and it said, I know that by now you already got thousands or hundreds of applications, so let me help you sort it out. So she basically says she already figured out what the problem is that he needs help with, right? So she's like, I acknowledge and I know that you're really probably a super busy person. I'm not quite sure if you're going to see my application, but let me help you sort it out. Let me put my experience that I have. And she started speaking about her experience that she had within this industry of admin and being a secretary. And then she said, let me help you sort out what would go in the waste bin or what you would be able to work with. So immediately that caught his attention because she immediately put herself in his shoes and not speak about herself first. And then when he called, she already got the position offered somewhere else, so they missed out. But basically the point of that is that she spoke and acknowledged what his needs are and not basically what she has. So she first acknowledged what he needed and then she spoke about the experience that she can actually provide him with. So the one part in the book, it said, exceed your customers' expectations. If you do, they will come back over and over. Give them what they want and more. So what we've been doing now recently, obviously, we could have just stopped, right? We could have, when this lockdown happened, we could have just all stopped. But instead, we were like, what more can we do for our customers? How more can we add value to their lives? We're dropping off sandbags, we're giving them at-home workouts, making it better every single week. We're checking in on them, making sure that they're eating well, making sure that they're still doing well as well. Maybe another odd check-in during the week, just to make sure that they're still on top form, asking them for their advice, like maybe what can we change, what can we do better, how can we improve to make it better for them, because we actually do genuinely care about their well-being. And also we're not just giving them what they paid for, but we're giving actually more than above, because we actually genuinely have that interest in those people. So step outside yourself to discover what is more important to someone else. So we're not putting ourselves first, we're putting them first. What is more important to them? What is it that's going to benefit them before it's going to benefit us? That's my takeaway for today.
Awesome.
From the same book.
Exactly.
Right. My takeaway is still on the book of The Total Money Makeover, and this chapter speaks about denial. And it goes together with what Kelly said, that things happen because of you, not to you. If you go broke as an individual, if you can't handle your money, you need to admit that you have a problem, and the source of that problem is you. It's you, that you're not able to be disciplined, you're not able to control your finances, you're not able to manage your money properly. So this book is all about you facing the mirror. This chapter is you facing the mirror, is you confronting the mirror, saying that, okay, the reason why I'm into this situation is because of me. You understand? It's because I can't blame what's happening outside. I can't blame, my children are eating too much. It's you that you're not putting discipline into the children. It's you not putting discipline into yourself. If you're out of shape, you can't blame anything else but yourself. So it's you facing that hard truth, because you can't live in denial. You understand? That's also one of the principles for you to do something about your current situation. You understand? You see something, you're not just falling to the comfort zone, because everybody else is closing, let me also close. You're not doing that. You're coming out of that shelf and like facing that truth. Okay, I need to innovate from there. Okay, speaking financially, how can I put it? Okay, salaries are being reduced, people are losing jobs and everything. What are you doing about that? Are you gonna be okay, cool, let me relax and wait until this thing goes off? Or you're gonna become creative, you're gonna look after your money properly, you're gonna start thinking of ways to invest, thinking of ways of keeping your money, multiplying your money during this time. So it's just you facing the hard truth, coming out of your shelf and do something about not living in denial. And that's my takeaway for today.
Awesome.
Strong one, coach.
Alright, cool guys. So my takeaway is still from the book I'm reading, which is it's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. And I just got this powerful takeaway from, which of course Garth also let us know about. Just a question quickly. Have you ever noticed how clever people at school are not those who make it in life? Would you guys agree with that point? or question?
Sometimes.
Cool. So what it says here in the book which I'm reading, I just want to read it out. What you learn at school are facts, known facts. The job at school is to accumulate and remember facts. The more you remember, the better you do, which is correct. Those who fail at school are not interested in facts, or maybe the facts are not putting them in a way they find interesting. Some people simply don't have great memory. It doesn't mean they are stupid. It means it means the imagination has been fired up by an academic institution. Thanks, coach. People who are conventionally clever get jobs in the qualifications, which means they passed, right? Not their desire to succeed, which is their goal in the future. Very simple. They get overtaken by those who continually strive to be better than they are. As long as there is a goal, there is no limit to anyone's achievement. So for me, that's very powerful because I really believe in that question. If I look at myself being in school, I wasn't the cleverest one in school, but I had friends that were like top class. And if I look at two of my friends that were top class, primary school, high school, they got degrees today, but they haven't got jobs in the degrees that they studied in. And now during this time of this crisis, they haven't got the paycheck. If I look at myself, always putting in the effort, always putting in the time, making the sacrifices that is needed to be done to thrive and achieve a goal that I'm wanting to achieve, will open up so much more doors and so much more opportunities for me to achieve my goal and set new goals for the future. So for me personally, that's a great takeaway. Always try and keep your mind open to new things. Never just focus on facts. Focus on where you want to be as an individual and find a way to get there. That's my biggest takeaway.
Hard work beats talent.
Nice.
Talent, not working hard enough. Every single one of us are talented. Okay, but hard work beats talent. If the talent is not working hard enough, that's all.
Nice.
That's our ethos. That is EFF. We graph. That's how we do this thing. You know, through hard work, through patience, through consistency. That is why we can proudly say one of the only shows that still continuing serving people during the time. Others of they don't know what to do. They're sitting at home, okay, let's create workouts for next week for when we come back from lockdown. Who knows what's going to happen after lockdown? Awesome, coach. Thank you.
Hey, Brandon.
You go.
Yeah, so mine is still from the book of the 21 Laws of Leadership. I'm going to read out to you guys law number 17, the law of priorities. Leaders understand that activity is not necessarily an accomplishment. Leaders never grow to the point where they no longer need to prioritize. It's something that good leaders keep doing, whether they're leading a small group, pastoring a church, running a small company, or leading a billion-dollar corporation. Why I chose that one, especially in this time that we are in currently, prioritizing your time, your life is probably the most important thing at this moment. Let's say you are working from home. Without prioritizing your life or kind of setting up your life the day before, you fall into the trap of being lazy. I'm going to use the word lazy because that's the trap that you fall into. You wake up late, or you said I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock, but you turn over because it's not really a priority in your life. Then you said, okay, I need to work from let's say you have flexible hours, you set up work from 8 till 3 in the afternoon. Lies because you only woke up at 8 o'clock, you started working at say 11 o'clock, and now you think that at 3 o'clock it can be done because you set yourself up. And in that few hours that you did decide to work, most of the time you've probably been walking around. Now that you finally done at 3 o'clock, you said that you wanted to work out from, let's say, from 4 until 5 because that was your plan. But because you've been so lazy for the day, you put it off and say, okay, I'll train at about 7 o'clock in the evening. When it comes to about 7 o'clock in the evening, you've already switched off. Your whole mind is gone because you've been lazy from 3 until 7, which means a 4-hour gap of doing what exactly? People don't do anything lately. Yes, they're working from home, but are they really working from home or are they just at home? So I think prioritizing is the most important. If you know you have work, it's time now to make sure that you can fit in everything. When it comes to your family, when it comes to learning, when it comes to working, training, eating, everything. This is probably the best time for people to get into a routine. You at home, you going nowhere. You get to wake up a specific time. You're not rushing to go anywhere, which means, let's say I choose to wake up. So personally, I wake up 5 o'clock every morning. My first prayer is at 5:30. I shower, get dressed. 5:30 I pray. 6 o'clock I start training. 6:30. By 7:30 I am done training. At 8 o'clock I go have breakfast. By 9 o'clock I'm starting to work. I don't stop working until at about 12, 1 o'clock, depending on when my consults are. Obviously, that depends on the day. Then I'll have lunch, and then I will keep working from then all the way through until about 3 o'clock. Maybe take a small break, and then from 3 all the way until 7 in the evening. That is a constant routine. At 7:30, my family knows they all need to come because they need to start training. I will train with them for the second one for the day, or my third training session for the day. And then by 8:30, 9 o'clock, everybody's done. Supper, shower, dress. By 10 o'clock, I'm sleeping. And I think that's what people need to be doing, because here's your opportunity. Create that discipline, create your routine. This is the best time. This was a for everybody to focus on everything they want to do.
Who's going to help them create that discipline in routine and scheduling?
Sorry, Jim?
He's going to help them create that scheduling, discipline, and routine.
That's why we're here. We're here to make sure they stick to their routine. We're here to make sure they are disciplined. We're here to make sure they...
We've got 7 minutes left. Okay, let's speed it up.
Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right. I'm going to read from a Buddhist sermon given in 2010 by this Buddhist monk called Fin Shan. Okay, so he's speaking about happiness and peace and such. So to pursue a happy life is a nature and inherent of our human beings. For a happy life, many people intend to risk their lives and they do not care to lose their life. As we all know, during the Vietnam War in 1970, a large amount of refugees went on boats and went into the ocean. These refugees did not have a destination at all and did not know where they are going. Their boats were floating on the ocean like this, and they were unsure about their future. Even so, because they were pursuing for a life of happiness, they went to the extent of risking their lives in order to get it. So essentially, just my takeaway from it is always pursue a life of happiness, even if you don't know where you're going, even if you're unsure about your future. Never stop pursuing it. Never stop pursuing a life of happiness, basically. End of takeaway.
Awesome, Coach.
Thanks. Konnichiwa.
Donkey. All right. So guys, my takeaway quick. We've got 5 minutes. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day on lockdown day. It's Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. Time is now 11:15. Here's my takeaway from my book, Good to Great. How do we get our boat turned around right now? How do we get it turned? They're speaking about this. How do good companies go to great? What is that turnaround that makes them good to great? And in the book, it's a it's what's the word? Accumulation of years and years of consistent work effort. There was no one switch. Right now, we're in a situation that has hit us like that. It's just automatically our boat needs to be turned. Our thinking needs to be switched on. Our team needs to be switched on. So how do we get our boat turned around? How do we get our team committed to the new vision? Because we have a new vision here. We've broadened our vision right now. Before we were in one box, you know, we were just thinking in one box. Now we're thinking broader. We've seen, there's more opportunities out there online. We can help people away from our brick and mortar boot camps, right? So how do we get our team? How do other companies get their team to see this new vision? Because guys, right now, companies are struggling to get their teams involved and get them cracking and get them working. A lot of them are taking it easy at home, taking holiday. It's easy having prize, you know, taking their selfies. Hey, lockdown. Look at us. We're working, we're thinking, we're not stopping, you know. How do we motivate our people to line up? How do we do that? How do we get people to embrace this change? How do we get our clients and our members to embrace this change? I mean, how difficult is it to get our members now to embrace technology? How difficult is it during this time to get our members to make them realize that we've built something of value and we're working on it every single day. There's nothing else you can do but do an at-home workout now. And we've got the solution for you. Here's value. We're not going to give you something for free. We're going to give you a Zoom workout, a live Zoom workout that keeps freezing, keeps cutting. You can't see jack shit. No. We're going to create workouts. We're going to edit our workout. We're going to make the audio perfect, make our sound perfect, make our visuals perfect, make everything perfect so we know that you get in a perfect workout. Our clients are getting a perfect workout. So we now need to change and align our clients onto this new system. So how do we do that? How do we do that? How did other companies do that as well? They presented the solution, or we presenting the solution in such a way that people see our accomplishment. They can see it. And that's what we're doing. That is why we got 460 odd people wanting to come onto our program now. That's waiting in line, wanting to come onto our program. What we're doing is we're showing them accomplishment. We're showing them the success. People can see we're gaining confidence from the success. It's not just words that's coming out of our mouths. It's not just words. It's actually working. These things are working. And that's what people need to see. That's what our team needs to see. That's why you guys are motivated by this. You wouldn't be motivated if you didn't see a future, if you didn't see it working, right? You wouldn't. Imagine this thing wasn't working. You didn't have someone that's pushing you to say, come on guys, we've got to do this, we've got to be thinking. So we need to get people to see what we're doing and how well we're working at it. We got to show how awesome our A team is. Here they say, show a monolithic unity of our A team. They also say we must never, and Coach Nico said this, we mustn't publicly proclaim big goals at the outset. We mustn't publicly let people know what our big goals are. Because there's snakes out there. There's people that's wanting to nail us or copy us. Or say they can do better, or say they can, you know. And like Coach Nico also said, we must now let people know that we're winning in what we're doing, but they don't know our goal. They don't know our new vision. All we know is we need to give value and serve value. Right?